My name is Ricky Newble. I'm the owner of Memory Lane Videos here at South Boston Speedway. I do video for the racetrack itself. In addition to that, I have 4 other individuals that help me do video. Along with shooting video for the track, we also offer to the competitors something we call one-on-one video, where I have one of my helpers assigned to a specific car in a specific race. In addition to that, we also do in-car cameras, do some photography, but the photography is not our big thing. We use the photography we do mainly for the labels for the video, DVD videos that we create. Memory Lane Videos actually started back in the spring of 1986. It's kind of an interesting story. I took a home movie camera to a stock car race at Orange County Speedway in Rougemont, North Carolina. Just took it that day just to play with the camera, just to see how it would work out. And it just so happened that on that particular day, Jeff Burton of South Boston, who has since gone on to Sprint Cup fame, been very successful at that, Jeff won the late model stock car race that day. And his dad, John Burton, found out about me videoing it, wanted a copy of it. From that point is where I got my start. And I did race video for Jeff and his brother Ward from that point in 1986 to around 1992 on a regular basis. Wherever they competed at that was within a reasonable distance of here, I would travel with them and do the video of that race. The work that I do, actually the video tied to the racing is a mix between 2 things that I like. I enjoy doing video. Even as a young man, was always fascinated by electronic things, tape recorders, video, that type of thing. And I've always loved racing. My dad started bringing me to the races here at South Boston Speedway when I was about 4 years old. I can vaguely remember the track being dirt back in those days. But developed a love for racing coming with my dad, and then just really became interested in video. Got big into video when my daughter was born. That's how I purchased the camera that I used when I started. That camera back in those days was much larger than the ones that we use today. It used the old standard VHS format, so the camera had to be larger to house that larger tape. On a regular day here at the racetrack, a big part of my day is preparation. The camera that I use, along with the cameras that the other people that help me use, I have to get those prepped, make sure they're working right, batteries charged, tapes ready. We do still use a mini DV tape format, which does involve having to change the tape out. Working outside can cause some complications. We have to be ready at a moment's notice to move equipment inside of the building somewhere if we have a rainstorm. Preparation for that, in addition to preparing my audio system where it will tie into the track's audio, the track announcer. At some events, we don't do it at every event, but at some events I also set up a pop-up tent or canopy that has my banner on it. I set up a table, a TV for people to view some of my video work as well as purchase some of the videos that I have. Run into a lot of problems. Doing things on the scale that I do video on a bit of a low budget. Most of the cameras that I use are the same type of cameras that anybody can go to Walmart or Best Buy and purchase. I mentioned audio a minute ago. We have trouble at times with my wireless system not picking up the track audio as well as we would like. Myself, along with the individuals that help me, sometimes you forget and leave a camera on when you mean to turn it off. That means during the editing process, when I go back to my home and do the editing, Those kind of things have got to be edited out. So on the race day itself, the weather is always a threat that you have to be prepared for. When you're trying to shoot video, sometimes people will step across in front of you, similar to what would happen with still photography. So there are multiple problems that have to be dealt with. Have to, as far as remedying them, have to remedy the problems on an individual basis based on what has happened. A lot of times, if it's a mistake that was made, it can be corrected during the editing process. Some problems, unfortunately, are irreversible. I can remember a wedding that I videotaped that the weather was terrible that day, right at the time for the ceremony to start, when the bride and groom were going to exchange their wedding vows. There was rain, high winds. Depending on the weather conditions, there are simply times that it's irreversible. With video, pretty much what you see is what you get, and different parts of what you do with video, sometimes it simply is irreversible. You can't do anything about it. Primarily, as far as the locations that I record at, South Boston Speedway is the first one, the main one. In addition to that, we do some video at Orange County Speedway. I've done a little bit at Franklin County Speedway. Back in the days when I mentioned Jeff and Ward earlier, I have actually recorded video at Martinsville Speedway, Charlotte Motor Speedway, Rockingham Speedway, Bristol Motor Speedway, Darlington, a number of different racetracks all over. Today I do a little bit at Franklin County Speedway also in Virginia. And if there's an opportunity that I can go and be there on race day, I'll pack my camera and go. The budget that I do on a low budget. This is more of a hobby, I guess you would say, for me than a profession. The equipment that I use, as I mentioned earlier, is not very expensive, but as a result of that, I don't have to charge the high prices that most videographers do. Video production work, in most cases, is actually very expensive. Because of my love for racing and enjoying being here at the track, whether I'm doing video or not, I try to keep costs to a minimum. The other thing, as far as the type of budget that I do, buying expensive equipment means expensive equipment can get ruined by the elements. Dropping a camera gets wet, and I've had those kind of things happen. So the cameras that I purchase, other than one broadcast quality camera, the cameras that I use, a lot of times I don't even buy them new. I buy them used off of eBay. I bid on them till I get the one I want for the price that I want. Try to hold the budget to a minimum. Profit-wise, as far as the budget that I operate off, a huge part of what I bring in, I put back into the equipment or into the business, just trying to keep it going and make a little extra spending money for income and some money to pay my people that help me. On a race day, the number of groups that we book depends on the number of events. As we're having this interview today, last night we had only 2 divisions racing that raced in 3 races. Usually we have no problem with booking an event in each class. If we're able to get to the racetrack in time, make the contacts with the competitors, and are able to see them, in most cases we fill up in each event. However many helpers I have, they have a card of video in each division, in each class. The income on the videos that I do here, I have a contract and an agreement with the general manager here at the track. The track videos that we do is a set fee of $15 on DVD. That includes all of the events for that day. The one-on-one videos that I mentioned, they range anywhere from $20 to $45, depending on how big a race it is, what division it is. Then with the competitors and the car owners, these people are friends of mine. If they don't make the entire event, if they don't make it, say, halfway, I will adjust back the price or prorate the price. And in the case where if they crash out of the race or the car breaks down at the very beginning, sometimes I don't even charge them anything because they are very faithful to me about having me do their cars at each race. As far as what I do to edit the videos, I have a program, Roxio Media Creator 2010. It's a very basic program. It's not as accelerated as some of the other programs that are out there. Video editing, you have basically two formats that you can do it in. You can do it in storyline or timeline. I do most of mine in storyline, which is a bit different than many video editors do. So once I have recorded the video for the day, for an example, here at the track, the first thing I'll do is go back home and capture that video, that footage, into my computer or into an external drive for my computer. And that's where my process begins. Then the editing process, that's when I start reviewing tape, looking for errors, editing out things that shouldn't be there, like camera recording data that it didn't need to record, that type of thing. So the editing process is actually a very time-consuming part of the entire process of making a video. The time it takes to edit the videos, as we all know, computers can be hard to work with sometimes. They can be sluggish. Video storage in the format that I use, which is an AVI format, it takes up a huge amount of storage on a computer or an external drive. So after the capturing part, I would spend, I would say, as an estimate, probably 30 minutes or so on each video, getting it ready, doing the editing, get the titling in it the way I want to get it done, get it burnt to DVD, get the label made. Through that entire process of the editing part is about 30 minutes. And that's for each video. The touring events that South Boston Speedway has here, we do those. As we talk about it, we actually had a touring event here last evening, the Whelen Southern Modified Tour. We did videos for some of the competitors there, as well as me doing it for the track. When touring divisions come to South Boston Speedway, I still record the event for South Boston Speedway. Even if that event has TV coverage, they prefer for me to record a copy for the track to keep here on file at their office. As far as the other people that help me, we handle it pretty much the way we do the other events here. We will approach the competitors and offer them one-on-one video for their class to race that day. To summarize, there is a market for this, for people that are interested. I will mention that I found to be, in my case, you have to be dedicated to it. It takes a lot of time on site when you do the video, and in many cases even off site when you edit, especially if you're doing a wedding or something. Very time consuming, but very enjoyable if it's something that you enjoy doing.